The island of Puerto Rico is only a few days away from Hamilton's opening night. Lin-Manuel Miranda and the cast of the Broadway hit musical will kick off a 23-show run on the island to raise money for the Flamboyant Arts Fund. The program, created by Miranda, is meant to help support artists on the island. Miranda is of Puerto Rican descent, and his father, as well as his extended family, grew up on the island. CBS News correspondent David Begnaud joins me now from Puerto Rico. David, you're pretty lucky. I can only imagine what the atmosphere is like there. I know, it's been a pretty difficult road for Puerto Rico. This is one bright spot. What are things like there now?
Things are a lot better. I have to tell you, if you were a tourist right now on the island, Anne-Marie, and you rode around like many people do, you'd think things are back to normal. And in many ways they are, right? Businesses have reopened. Kids are back to school. Listen, some of the same struggles Puerto Rico had before the hurricane, they're still dealing with. The hurricane accelerated a lot of the problems. But what this week is really a banner headline where the top story is arts on the island. And really, arts is the one thing we haven't been able to talk about. There have been so many other really important issues to talk about. But because Lin has brought his musical here, it is all about arts all week long, and people are all too happy to talk about that, including the man sitting on the table with me here in Vega Alta, Papa Miranda.
How are you?
Good to see you, my friend.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you. So the whole family's here?
Everybody's here.
Right.
Everybody's here at least until opening night.
Okay, which is Friday.
Which is this Friday.
All right.
And then people begin to sort of go their merry-go way. Except my wife and I, who will stay around looking after our son.
All right, so it's a 3-week run.
Correct.
Correct? Okay, now tell me, there have been, how many tickets were sold for about $10 a piece?
We have 10,000 tickets.
Okay.
The Wednesday matinees are all $10.
Wow.
And in this first Wednesday next week, we have set aside 1,000 tickets for students, for college students. So if they come, they show their ID, they show a program that in fact they're registered this semester to continue college studies, they can get a shot at 1,000 tickets that are earmarked for college students.
Look, and that excited a lot of people because you have people here who said, I can't afford the $800, $1,000 ticket, so $10 is within my means, right? But as Lin likes to say, oh, but we got the expensive one too, right?
We do. We have...
Those are what, like $3,000?
No, they're $5,000.
$5,000, okay.
But who's counting? And people are paying them happily because most of those dollars go to fund the arts through the Flamboyant Arts Fund. So we have around 2,000 tickets that we were selling for $5,000, and the bulk of that, $4,700, goes as a philanthropic gift.
How much money are you projecting the island will get benefiting from Hamilton's run here on the island?
Our projection, the production, is that we will leave behind $15 million for the Flamboyant Arts Fund. Remember, nobody's making a penny here. All the investors, everyone has agreed that everything stays in the island in the Arts Fund.
And you may be asking, okay, how does that money get to people, right? How does it get to the kids who have dreams like Lin had, to the composers who want to help make those dreams possible? Your organization, the Arts Fund, will actually give grants. Is that correct? That's how it goes out?
And in fact, 12 grants have already been given to organizations doing theater and dance and music. The UPR Theater was a recipient of $1 million, which is the way in which they redid the
University of Puerto Rico.
The University of Puerto Rico. They redid the theater.
So I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about that, because obviously, people may have heard the headline.
Yes.
You initially put $1 million into the theater. That's where it was going to go. And there was a little bit of drama. For folks who don't know, what happened?
We had security concerns because the university doesn't have its own police. It's difficult for police to go in. So if anything were to happen, even if the possibilities were remote, we didn't want to run that chance. So we changed venues, but we leave behind what we set to do, which was to leave a first-class theater on the island. So the University of Puerto Rico now has a brand new theater.
A little bit of context for you. You know, given the fact that the island is bankrupt and there is a financial oversight management board, they've been cutting a lot of things, including education. And in Puerto Rico, people like to protest. As you told me a long time ago, we protest very well around here.
I do it all the time. I did it all my life.
He grew up. In fact, I remember being at the university with him where people stormed the stage where Lin was speaking. And I remember you watching them saying, this is what they do. And as long as they stay peaceful, it's their right to do it.
Correct.
But at any rate, the unions had said, we might protest the production. We can't guarantee that we won't protest it. And at the end of the day, you guys said, you know what? Maybe we need to go to a more secure place, so to speak. It can't be interrupted.
Because at the end of the day, there's going to be 1,700 people. There's a cast. There's a crew. We want to make sure that everyone is safe.
All right, last question. Stars. Who's coming? I mean, I've heard Obama's, Clinton's, Oprah.
Yes, we're looking forward to all of them coming on TV. I can't because I will have to kill you live.
Well, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
But something that I know Puerto Rico is waiting anxiously, it's that in fact at least 35 congresspeople are coming to Puerto Rico. So they'll get to experience firsthand the needs of the island so that they go back and sort of fight Trump and the Republicans.
Okay, that's fair. That's important to take the story of what they see here, which, by the way, Anne-Marie, listen, it's a great week. We're talking about the arts. Thanks to the Miranda family, millions of dollars are coming here. But listen, the story of Puerto Rico's financial struggles and how that is affecting people who are on the ground here is still a very important story to tell that we've been working on for the last year and a half, and that can't be glossed over with all of this, right? So it's good that the Congress people are coming here to see what is still going on.
Including the speaker.
Including Nancy Pelosi's coming.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Very interesting.
Surprise.
And I know, a lot of people may be watching this, and the conversation will come up. There are infrastructure issues. There are all sorts of issues in Puerto Rico. But I think that people cannot forget the importance of the art of the arts. That it gives people an outlet that is safe. You've done stories on just the mental health crisis, the stress that people are under in Puerto Rico. It gives them an outlet to express themselves. It gives them a little couple-hour vacation when they can't get off the island. Cultivating the arts and not forgetting about the positive impact that a healthy arts community can have is something that's incredibly valuable. It's really hard to put a dollar figure on.
Look, you bring up a good point. This is the week where a lot of people get to take a deep breath and say, let's put our worries aside for a minute and let's have an absolute blast with a production that you can kind of lose yourself in. And don't forget sort of the parallels here, right? Alexander Hamilton grew up in the Caribbean, became the founding father. Hamilton is all about celebrating a big old protest, right? And people protest here on the island and they have a lot to protest about. So just a whole bunch of full circle moments. But yeah, this week is about the arts, and that's what we're here to highlight.
All right, David, thank you so much for sharing.
You bet.